1,004, 1,005.
1,005.
The average can be 2,005 per month. How much do Italians earn in 2024? But most importantly, are they able to save? How much do Italians earn? Today, I'm going to react to one of my first videos from 2024 to understand if the data collected by Istat actually matches. One thing I wanted to say, I went and looked up some of the Istat data from 2024, and according to them, the average salaries across Italy are 1,846 euros. That's for 13 monthly payments. Let me know in the comments if you think this matches the data, guys. 2024, what do you do for a living?
I just closed my businesses and I'm looking for a job.
Okay.
I used to be a market vendor.
Okay, so a person who went from having their own business to looking for a job as an employee. Anyway, guys, it's really strange to see. These were the very first videos. I didn't have experience stopping people asking questions, so he stopped.
You can also see a situation.
Why wasn't he going around like before anymore?
Then yes, if it rains or snows, we stay home. It's not because the state tells us to.
So, if any of you work at the market or have worked at the market, let me know in the comments how this situation has evolved. Because it has really changed a lot. Many have left. Why? Because people's habits have changed. I mean, with e-commerce, shopping malls, and so on. So what's the point? The point is to adapt. I mean, this is, in my opinion, something Italians struggle with, adapting to the changing world of work.
You get your taxes deducted from your paycheck and you have to pay them.
Sure.
This is the situation.
What do you do? He didn't say how much he earned. Very little experience.
I'm a teacher.
Where do you teach? I've met many teachers in interviews. Let's hear what she says.
I teach here in Monza.
Here in Monza.
In high school, yes.
An awkward question. Your salary, roughly, if you're comfortable sharing?
More or less around 1,600, 1,700.
Today, I don't know your family situation, but are you able to save, to put some money aside?
No, because the rent is too expensive.
In your opinion, how much would you need to earn in order to save?
To save money?
Yes. To put some money aside?
Considering the rent, around 2,000, 2,300.
We saw one out of line. He mentioned 1,600 or 1,700. As a teacher, can you save money? No, because, as I said, the rent is expensive. Well, Monza is definitely not like Milan, but since I'm from the area, the rent is quite expensive. So in this case, the teacher doesn't match the Italian National Institute of Statistics data average. What do you do?
Yes, I'm currently unemployed.
Okay, looking for a job, but if you can tell me, what do you do for work?
Mason's assistant, just breaking down walls and that's it.
Okay, how are the salaries in that field?
Yeah, they're fine. You get about 100 euros a day.
Around 2,000 to 2,500.
Yeah, but you bust your ass. Sorry.
No.
It's fine, but you get tired since it's not just handed to you.
Okay, bricklayer 2,000, 2,500. Here, well, there's always the doubt. Are people telling the truth or are they not telling the truth? Guys, I can't know that. I've gained a bit of experience myself, but let's say maybe 2,500, I find it a bit hard to believe for a simple bricklayer. 2,000 though, I can believe that. In this case, it would be a bit higher than the national average given by Italian National Institute of Statistics data. If there are any bricklayers, let me know in the comments. What are the salaries like in that field? What's your name? Sorry?
David.
What do you do?
I work in a bookstore.
Bookstore, okay? And salary, so you're a clerk, let's say just a regular clerk.
The average it's not very low either. I'll tell you the truth. If you compare it to a clerk's job, let's say in general, maybe you could have something to complain about. I don't know, maybe about the workload, which is a bit higher, but still, you have to handle heavier loads and heavier responsibilities.
All right, come on. So?
Maybe it's higher, but it's not really proportional to what we do.
Higher. Okay, so according to him, it's higher than average because everyone has their own way of measuring things. So what do you consider a high salary or a low salary? One person may see $1,200 as low pay. Another might think $1,800 is low. How do we define it? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Also, what do you think is an adequate salary? To understand the range from 1,500 to 2,000 or from 1,000 to 1,500?
Well done. Yes, that range.
Between 1,000 and 1,500. According to him, a salary between 1,000 and 1,500 isn't low. What is the right or adequate salary? So, are you able to save money?
Yes, mostly because I live with someone else. If I lived alone, I wouldn't manage.
So, unlike the teacher who lived alone or with another person, he can save on a salary of 1 to 1,500. This very nice lady, one of the first who knew me.
I know, I'm also enrolled.
Really? Great. She's also subscribed to the channel. Please, if you're new, subscribe to the channel because this format will be back. I'll be back in the squares, not immediately, but for sure one video I want to make soon is Milan versus Rome. What's the difference in salaries? What's life like in the two cities? How much do you need to live well? So I'll go and make this comparison.
I'm a housewife. I have 2 children.
Okay, careful, housewife.
Because the little one is not grown up yet, yes, you can save money.
You can save money.
By making an effort, especially in the kitchen, which is where things run out the fastest, and you need to know how to cook. Okay?
So even so, let's say only your husband works, you have 3 children. Are you able to save a little something?
I'm able to save a little. I really try hard, though.
Okay, guys, this is something that really leaves us here. Because compared to what we've heard from other people, who maybe with a salary of 1,600, 1,700, okay, you live alone, the teacher couldn't save any money. This lady with 3 children, only her husband works and she's able to save. That's because, guys, it's not so much about how much you earn, but how you manage it. She obviously followed me. She followed all my saving tips on the channel and she's able to save. So if you want to do it too, subscribe to the channel. We're making a video to explore salaries in Italy.
It's a mess.
A mess. What's your job?
Cosmetics.
Cosmetics, meaning she owns a shop. She complains.
No, I work in a company, in a factory.
Worker.
Worker.
Can I ask you about your salary, just to get an idea of the range?
Yes, 1,000 or 1,100.
1,100 for 40 hours a week.
Very good.
Okay, guys, here, 1,000, 1,100 for 40 hours a week. I mean, guys, it's really a shame because it's true that it's not important how much you earn, but how you manage it. But still, 40 hours a week in my life, 1,000, 1,100, it's really not much. Then, of course, it always depends on the family situation you have. How can I say this? It might be fine for a beginner, but 1,000, 1,100 is really hard.
Tough. Really very.
Question, I more or less know the answer, but can you actually save money with that?
Well, look, yeah, if you can even make it to the end of the month.
That's a good month.
That's a good month.
In your opinion, how much more should you earn to be able to save, to live well?
One should earn at least a salary of 1,400, 1,500 euros to live, quote unquote, decently.
Here we can see how perception changes. For the lady, a salary of 14 or 1,500 would be enough to live well. But one important thing between this lady and the previous lady with 3 children who manages to save, what's the difference? In my opinion, it's the mentality of the person who just complains and that's it. And so they don't look for solutions, unlike the person who, even though they have a difficult situation, makes an effort to find solutions. In fact, what did the lady say? I'm able to save, but I make an effort. So this is also the difference in mentality that one should have. Can I ask you roughly how much you make, just to understand?
1,400, 1,500.
Okay, 14 or 1,500, so we're about average. Let's be honest, guys. Italian National Institute of Statistics data shows an average salary of 1,800. What I've seen, the average is 1,500, 1,600. Isn't that enough? Can't you save with a salary like that? There you go, we've seen the difference. I work alone and the money isn't enough. The other lady's husband worked alone and their money was enough.
I start work next Monday.
Ah, great.
I'll work in the back office, part-time.
Employee.
I just teach guitar, that's all.
You teach guitar and you're self-employed?
I work full-time, have a value-added tax number, and teach Monday to Friday.
Wow, that's really brave. Value-added tax number.
Of course, it's the only way. You can't do it without one.
Can I ask you how much you earn with your business?
Let's say from 1,300 to 1,500 at most. Because obviously, since I'm self-employed, if there are any absences and such.
Of course, it's variable.
I don't get anything.
Okay, freelancer, there are pros and cons, but making $1,300 to $1,500 is still good. But what happens? As a freelancer, I can also decide to get more clients, raise my prices, or try different initiatives. So, I don't know, create an online course and be able to reach more people. Not having my earnings tied to my time, because if I make a video course and distribute it well online, I can earn even when I'm not working. And so I have the chance to increase my income. It's much harder as an employee because I depend on someone else's will. Often when you ask for a raise, they laugh at you, or it's just crumbs being discussed. With what you earn, are you able to save to put some money aside?
Yes, because I live at home, I don't have expenses.
See, he's able to save, but obviously he lives with his parents, but even that isn't a given. Guys, because there are people who work, live with their parents, but still burn through everything.
Here in Monza, I definitely wouldn't be able to live on my own.
Her salary, I'm not sure if she knows yet since she just started.
I'll earn 700 a month.
700, part-time, 4 hours?
Yes, 4 hours. I had some interviews where they offered me 1100, 1200 for a full-time position. Just to clarify, that's in the north.
And are you able to save any money?
Absolutely not. I spend much more than I earn. Expenses always surpass income.
Here, really then. Here, okay guys, this is shameful because 1100, 1200 for 40 hours a week. I mean, it's truly a shame. What do you do?
Sports world.
Sports world?
Soccer.
Ah, okay. Sorry, are you a coach or a trainer?
An instructor.
Oh, you're an instructor. Do you work for yourself or someone else?
No, I work for a professional association.
Ah, okay. Can I ask you about your salary more or less?
No.
Anyway, are you able to save to put some money aside?
The first step to saving is understanding your income's economic situation. And from there, then you know how to adapt. And obviously, life is very, very expensive.
Of course. So you're saying that based on your income, you have to adjust your lifestyle?
I need to figure out what I can take off.
That's a great way of thinking. And in fact, this is definitely an excellent mindset. That's what you should do, meaning you should adapt your lifestyle to your salary. If we can't or don't want to increase it, let's consider something else. By the way, what do you do for a living?
Accounting.
Accounting?
Yes, but when it comes to salary, I don't really know much because I spend everything I earn, so...
Here we go, young lady. She also spends everything she earns.
Can I speak?
Okay, so you beat me to the question I wanted to ask you because I usually ask if you save any of your salary. So zero. Okay? And roughly how much do you earn? Can I ask you?
The gross annual salary is 25.
A gross annual salary of 25. We're always talking about 1,600, 1,700 euros roughly per month. So here we're at the average that I've seen in reality, but we're below the average according to Italian National Institute of Statistics data. Here, look, pay attention, shopkeeper.
I'm the manager of a shop.
Regarding income, could you give me an approximate figure so I can understand?
It depends if it's the holidays or a regular time. Around 3,000 or 4,000 euros.
Okay, 3,000 or 4,000 euros. Obviously, the income is variable because when you're self-employed, the income isn't always the same. But an average of 3,000 or 4,000 euros is a good income, right? Let's see what he answers. With this salary, with this income, are you able to save?
A little, I have to say a little, yes.
I'm able to save a little. With 3,000, 4,000 euros salary?
Having 2 children, it's not much.
With 2 children, the other lady, only her husband works, 3 children, and they're able to save. Let's see this amazing guy. Paolo, what do you do? I remember it.
I'm a musical performer.
Musical performer, show, congratulations. Are you a freelancer?
Yes.
A delicate question. If you don't mind sharing, roughly how much do you earn per month?
Look, it's very difficult.
Here, this is too direct. Many of you criticized me, like Fabio, but be direct. Ask right away. But guys, stopping people on the street and asking such a direct question, someone who stops you by chance while you're minding your own business, someone you don't know, with a camera pointed at your face, it's hard for them to answer you when you ask such a direct question. It varies.
It's hard to measure in this job since it varies. Sometimes on tour you do many shows and might earn then.
Variables.
Maybe you earn decently and then 3 months go by without work. So it's a bit hard to quantify. The average can be about 2,500 a month.
Have you been in the industry for many years?
Yes. Well, I'm 44 years old now. I started doing this job when I was 20, so it's been quite a while.
Okay, variable income averaging $2,500. Anyway, we see that in general, freelancers earn more with pros and cons to the profession. But the average is clearly higher than Italian National Institute of Statistics says, which is about 1,800. And are you able to save any money?
A little bit, yes, because I'm a very thrifty person, a saver, with a bit of sacrifice. That's it. In this job, you really have to reinvent yourself a lot. It's not just about the tour. There are also musical schools where you can go teach or give private lessons. And since I have a value-added tax number, I can also do this as a freelancer, so I managed to put some money aside because it's honest. Besides the salary from the shows, also from other things.
Okay, so here for sure, this is where the mindset of working hard to find a solution comes into play. Because obviously if you have tours and things and then for 3 months you don't work, what do you do during those 3 months? Do you just wait? No, I look for a way to have some income even during that period. So Here too, it's a difference in mentality. What do you do for a living?
We work in a store.
More or less, how much do you earn, if I may ask?
From $1,500 to $2,000.
Can you save with this salary from $1,500 to $2,000, which is about the national average according to Italian National Institute of Statistics?
No.
And you?
Me only because I live with my husband.
You and your husband, are you alone?
Just one salary, yes.
And you, do you have children?
No, but I have a partner.
We split some expenses, nothing more.
Here you go. Difference. More or less the same situation. The lady on the left was a few years older. One saves, the other doesn't. What's your job?
We work at a bank.
At a bank. Both of you? What will the bankers tell me? Can I ask you about your salary?
How much does an average banker earn?
A banker, a bank employee? Sorry.
1,500, 2,000.
With your income, are you able to save, to put something aside? I imagine so.
Yes, we force ourselves to do it if we don't do it ourselves.
There you go. That's another very interesting thing. All right. From 1,500 to 2,000, obviously a bank employee has a higher salary than a worker. That's obvious, but there's something interesting, which is we force ourselves to do it. And this is the explanation of my sentence, which you can't see entirely here, but it's first save and then spend. So you also have to do what's called forced saving. As soon as I get my salary, I make an effort to set some aside, and then I figure out how to make ends meet.
There has to be. Absolutely.
I always say, save first, then spend. Thanks.
Joseph, nice to meet you.
What do you do?
We run a small sandwich shop and invite many people to visit.
Panning art in Monza. The street? We're giving double publicity here.
We opened on the 1st of December.
So, pretty new. Yeah, can you tell me how much you earn?
No, not at the moment, because obviously when you start a business, it's very difficult. We're giving it our all. I used to work in a company before.
Were you a regular worker?
Yes, I worked as a warehouseman.
Okay, that's interesting. He worked at a company, he wasn't happy, so he tried to start his own business. Let me know in the comments if any of you are in this situation, meaning you work as an employee, you're not satisfied, but you'd like to start your own business.
Full-time warehouse worker, very low salary. Let's say with the costs in Italy, 1,100, 1,200 was low. It was really low.
1,100 really? So you must live alone, right?
Yes, I live alone. Let's say that with these salaries, you can't afford a decent life, let's say.
Okay, guys, so that's it. Let me know if you like this format. Obviously, I don't want to do 300,000 a month, but every now and then doing a reaction is fine. Because anyway, in the old videos, there weren't many of my thoughts. Let me know if in the new season of 2026, you would like to see my thoughts in the live videos instead. Some interviews possibly afterward, plus my ideas, thoughts, and advice. Subscribe to the channel because How Much Do Italians Earn is coming back with a comparison between the salaries in Milan and Rome. Leave a like, and as usual, I'll see you around.